Howdy folks, it's a MakiBox beta update here. So what you're looking at is the first beta. We're just doing a quick test print while you watch. We've been getting some pretty decent output, although I've just recently hit a snag with a communication where basically it stops talking to the printer after a while, so we're going to have to work out what the deal is there. It's actually something more to do with the host software rather than the firmware, so we may just have to hurry up and get our host software up and running so that everybody can benefit from that. In general, basically the output from the new hot end is looking pretty consistent. This is a topographic map of the Everest area, so it got pretty far into this and ended up giving us a problem with saying that it can't communicate to the printer, and so it stopped that far. Next week I think we might be able to dig into that problem and try to debug it. For the last couple of weeks we've been working through production hot end. Basically the barrel is now at M4 instead of M3 to prevent that getting bent and other bad stuff, but that causes some interesting thermal changes into the system. So that takes some time to resolve. With the production Z-axis, we've been working through some tweaks to eliminate some wobble that we saw on the first output. Let's see. Find you an example. I don't know if you can see this too well, but basically what we were running up against was kind of that first 4 millimeters. There's some shifting and stuff going on with the Z-axis that was giving us some odd profiles. Let's see if I can find a worse one. Yeah, that's a good one to show you guys. So we were getting this type of thing. Basically, the Z-axis, we needed to work out some tolerances on between some of the moving parts to get it to come out correctly. But now it's coming out pretty cleanly in general. So it's pretty much back to normal. Actually, this one. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. ABS is working well with the new nozzle and hot end assembly. We're looking at getting PLA working consistently, but in general, what's happening is it's running a little bit too hot up in the top of the barrel, so it can't get all the way through, say, these test prints. And so I'm going to have to look at putting some heat sinking up at the top of the barrel, maybe look at extending the barrel out a little bit to just broaden down the basically make the path that we're heating a little bit longer, which technically shouldn't change the printable height if it's short enough. So in general, all that's working pretty well. Oh, the other thing that we've been working through we've modified it to where the output's coming in vertically from basically it goes up and back down. We've tried to keep the feed as much into the basically the working envelope of the printer, but that seems to cause a lot of kind of basically random forces happening, and the print output's not as consistent. So yeah. So basically where are we at? So we're going to modify the existing beta parts that we have to go with those changes, and then we'll start shipping them out as quickly as possible so that you guys can start seeing them in other people's hands. We'll work on getting the PLA working correctly before we send those out, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll just send out replacement nozzles to the first betas, and everybody will start with ABS. So, other than that, yeah, everything's going on pretty well. Also, there's just been a lot of just making sure that the business is running and handling everybody's complaints or questions or whatever. And we've just pushed out a slight redesign to the site, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier to use. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it right now. So I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.